Rivals of Aether 2 is a pretty fun game, and I'm here today to give you 50 tips and tricks with every character on the roster to help you win more games. From things like Kragg's taunt doing damage, to Fleet's fully charged Upstrong falling down from the sky. The whole Rivals roster is packed with obscure tech and tricks, so whether you're a Rivals 1 veteran or completely new to platform fighters, I guarantee you'll learn at least something from this video. So let's jump in, starting with Zetterburn. The Gatling combo is a really simple way to kill confirm with Zetterburn. His dash attack can be cancelled on a successful hit into his Upstrong, and if your opponent's on fire, it's pretty broken. Abuse it. In Rivals 1, you could cancel Zetterburn's up special by pressing air dodge during the startup, and you can still do that in Rivals 2, just only the grounded version. So although it's worse, you can still save yourself if you accidentally input up special while on the ground. Zetterburn's down special can restore your double jump after a long enough fall, meaning that you can use your double jump, then down special, and then double jump again for recovering mix-ups. You can also even cancel the down B with an air dodge to save your double jump for even longer. Speaking of down special, if you press the shield button right after starting down B in the air, you can actually do a cancelled down special, which does a front flip into a roll. This is a great mix-up for recovering high, as you can cancel it off of ledges. And you can also wall jump out of it, making it a great tool for low recoveries also. And lastly, to take it even a step further, you can perform the tech known as the pity flip. By pressing the opposite direction briefly after starting the cancelled down special, you can perform a flip in one direction and the roll in the opposite direction. It's essentially a wave bounce into the flip, which enables you to be extremely tricky with your movement, which was popularized by Pity, one of the best Zetterburns in the OG game. In Rivals 2, Clairen got a new neutral special, which many players don't know that you can use as an air stall while recovering. And similar to Marth's side special in Melee, it's less effective the more you use it before landing. And you can also do some sick movement with B reversing it in the air. Clairen's special ledge attack throws down fire, which actually works as a spike hitbox against recovering opponents if timed properly. Clairen's down special activates a force field counter that blocks all projectiles. But once the force field is out, you can reuse the down special as a movement tool, which can be used for some cool mid-air mobility, although I don't know how practical it really is, but it's definitely cool if you want to hit some nice clips. Clairen's side special normally puts her into special fall, but if you hit the first hitbox left behind, she won't go into special fall, which is incredibly good versus characters like Ranno and Kragg, as you can use the side special off of their tools to get two side specials while recovering. Without any magma charges, Loxodont's down special does this. It may seem useless, but it actually has a few practical uses. First of all, you can use it as a little bit of an air stall to mix up your recovery timing. It can also be used to reverse yourself mid-air, letting you reposition for a back air off stage. Using Loxodont's command grab, you can actually grab his neutral special meatball and throw it back down. And if done properly on stage, you can continue to dribble it forever. We need a basketball Loxodont skin immediately. Grounded side special can also be used to quickly grab the ledge from on stage, which is his fastest way to quickly steal the ledge or set up an edge guard in the blink of an eye. When Loxodont has 3 charges of magma, his down special not only goes really far, but also restores your double jump. And lastly, Loxodont's normal down throw is perfect for setting up a tech chase, but oddly, he actually has a different throw when he throws the opponent into magma, which instead pops them up for an easy kill confirm. Kragg's taunt actually deals 4% damage and a little bit of knockback, which could maybe be useful if you animation cancel it on the moving platform on Jules Vale. So theoretically, somebody could do a combo with this. Kragg's side special can be cancelled by pressing shield during the startup, giving him an incredible burst of horizontal speed for movement and recovery, but it will also break his pillar in the process. If you place the Kragg pillar at the same height as the floor, Kragg's special ledge attack can actually move onto the pillar. Is it useful? Probably not. Normally, Kragg's side special has a very slow turning speed. But if you start the turn at the edge of a platform or the edge of the stage, you actually get a burst of speed and can surprise your opponent. New to Rivals 2, Kragg can actually move and carry his opponent during his up throw, including off stage for some wild situations. I'm sure many Rivals 1 players already know this, but Kragg's down special can actually extend to your pillar, which is incredibly useful in the Ditto when edgeguarding the enemy Kragg who's on pillar. Lastly, side special can be jump cancelled on hit, and in this game that includes hitting shield. One of my favorite applications for this is hitting a side special into a jump cancel up smash for a devastating kill confirm. If you time Maypul's up air at the same time as her jump, she gains a little bit of extra vertical distance, which is incredibly useful for getting the most out of her limited recovery. Speaking of recovery, Maypul is for some reason the only character in the game who has a wall cling, which is simply done by holding against the direction of the wall. Just like in Rivals 1, if Maypul throws her seed into Lily, Lily will shoot it upward. And what's new to Rivals 2 is you can also throw the seed into Terry, who will throw it at an angle, which you can also combo into Lily. And if mastered, you can do some insane setups with this. One of the coolest things discovered in Rivals 2 is that Lily can actually fall down on moving platforms, where in the original game, she would simply despawn if her location was obstructed. Although it's pretty precise, you can actually hitfall the first hitbox of Maypul's up special. To do it, you simply press down right after the weak hitbox connects, which allows you to follow up with another option so you're not stuck in the animation. And for a bonus tip, not practical at all, but if you spam down special when Lily is already out in play, you get the most toxic pseudo taunt in the entire game. Wrastor's up special has a small sweet spot hitbox at the very start of the animation, and just like Rivals 1, it is incredibly powerful. You can use it as an amazing out of shield option for bad shield pressure. Wrastor's special pummel, or spummel, makes a temporary platform out of air, and if you grab release the opponent and they don't react quick enough, you can continue to rise all the way to the blast zone. Once used, Wrastor's slipstream goes on temporary cooldown, and while it's on cooldown, you can reuse side special to quickly turn around mid-air, which can be useful to turn around for a quick back air while approaching. Lastly, with Wrastor, you can actually move slightly during the charge up animation on his down strong to better reposition for a spike off stage. Fleet's up special can be used to edge cancel off of platforms, sort of like a quick attack cancel with Pikachu. This makes Fleet's movement really insane once mastered, and I highly recommend learning it as a Fleet player. You can also implement using her dice to wave bounce and B-reverse your movement in the air, for even more insane movement tech. Fleet's up strong normally reaches up to the sky, but it doesn't come back down, unless you fully charge it, which then after a short delay, it will come back down with an active hitbox. Lastly for Fleet, if you use your float inside of the side special tornado, you actually get an extra vertical boost, which can be used for some cool recovery mix-ups. Ranno's forward smash in Rivals 2 throws a gigantic poison hand if you fully charge it. This was not a mechanic in Rivals 1, so a lot of players will not expect it, and I'm honestly not sure why it's added, but it's pretty cool. Ranno uniquely has 3 different jump heights, being his normal short hop, full hop, and his special super jump done by holding crouch briefly before jumping. Ranno's up special also has a lot of variation, from his standard up special to his downward up special by pressing down at the apex, which is really good for edge canceling during recoveries, and lastly is the attacking up special done by pressing attack. The most crucial tip I have for Ranno is to use his side special as a slingshot. It is arguably the best movement in the entire game, which you can combine with the needle for some insane movement mix-ups, and even needle cancels for endless possibilities. Now for Ranno's hardest movement tech, called needle boosting. By charging a needle right as you run off of a ledge, you gain a boost of momentum. Combine this with an instant needle cancel and you can quickly boost off ledges if your tech skill is good enough. And lastly, for no clear reason, if Ranno does a moonwalk into an up tilt, he goes extremely far. It's unique to just Ranno, as other characters don't go nearly as far, but it's cool for a quick surprising burst option. Orcane is extremely slippery on the ground, and to maximize this, you can start a strong attack during the turnaround animation, which lets you keep sliding while charging the strong attack. Orcane's forward air can give insane backward momentum if you hold back during the animation, and if you combine this with a little bit of momentum from a moonwalk, you go flying. And if you need to recover, you can downbeat to reverse yourself and then fare back to stage. Orca hopping is a tech from Rivals 1, where if you press up B at the same time as your double jump, you gain a little bit of extra vertical distance. Orcane's neutral air actually has a really cool mechanic where you can bounce off of the stage. You can do a low bounce by holding the attack button during the nair, or a big bounce by holding attack and down during the nair. A small trick you can do with Orcane bubbles is angle the direction they go while floating by either pressing left or right during the animation. And lastly, just like Clairen, Orcane's side special normally goes to special fall, but if you hit an opponent, it won't go into free fall, which you can combine with his puddle empowered side special to make for some high risk, high reward edge guards. If you use up special and you land in smoke, you won't go into special fall, which means that you can make your movement extremely ambiguous on stage, or off stage you can use it twice to recover even better. Forsburn's new special get-up attack spawns a clone, and depending on if you press left or right after special, you choose which side is you and which is the clone. Additionally, you can do it with his special ledge attack, as the direction you hold determines if you shoot forward or if you throw a clone forward. By holding side special when a clone is already deployed, Forsburn calls the clone towards him, which when he reaches him tosses him forward, which can also be used as an incredibly useful off-stage recovery mix-up. And tip 51, subscribe!